Wow, look at that production value. Oh boy. Let's see how it sounds. Production value. There you go. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. My mother only does anal. My mother only does anal. Let's see. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, hold up. My mom only does anal. My mom only does anal. Let's see. Let's see how it sounds. Okay, hold up. My mom only does anal. Perfect. There you go. That's the sort of quality that I look for here on this channel. That's the sort of quality you could come to expect. All right, where I sacrifice real estate on video for aesthetic. As you could see, I've gone for a little bit of a homosexual aesthetic for this one. I have a little bit of a Microsoft Paint. I'm playing around with different stuff. I don't like overlays, honestly, because overlays I find kind of gay. But at the same time, I say that while inside of a literal overlay. So I don't know what that puts me. And another thing I need to do is this here. What is this? This is just blank space. This is just empty wall. So it really does add to the aesthetic of one of these channels that's dedicated to watching aliens. So I thought I'd do a little bit of a live stream here. Maybe about an hour. I got an extension cable for this. So I thought, hey, why not? Why not do a little bit of a live? I dropped a video today, a fairly interesting video on a trick that I mentioned here. If you've noticed, I tend to do videos of topics that people tend to give me here on the live streams. So the last one happened to be Russian roulette, where I talked a little bit about the terrible trick that is Russian roulette, which came out 10 years ago. It's still being sold on Penguin Magic. I dropped a little bit of a hot video on it. If you do that particular method, you deserve to get I don't know, deported maybe. So let's do this one right here. Let's go through these. Piggy doesn't play an island guitar, does he? I'm learning. I'm trying to. I haven't learned chords yet. I just have it, and I just try to replicate sounds that I hear like a autistic person. But I do have it, and it's right there. And it is a nylon guitar because that was a lot cheaper. That was a lot cheaper. It was about 80 bucks. So it's pretty dope, I gotta say. Better than the girl doing her homework to lo-fi. That's what I'm, that was that what I, you know what I'm getting at. That's what I was trying to copy there. Does Piggy know about the fact that the lo-fi girl became popular after the weebs? And then it seems like you tried to write hentai, but you maybe had a stroke. Well, the thing is that I've always done this. Which is kind of retarded. Every time it comes to my meme usage, I'm always maybe 8 months behind when it comes to memes. So I'll see a meme that maybe died 8 months prior, and I wouldn't have realized that because, again, I'm a retard. So I'll look at a meme and I go, oh, that's cool. Let me copy that particular meme. Little do I know it's been dead for quite some time. So that's my my attempt there. Lo-fi meme, I think, died maybe 8 months ago, actually. So I'm just now becoming part of that particular aesthetic. And yeah, Vanessa right there drew it. So she's right there. Killed it with that particular thing. Put a little bit of rain in there. Made it moody. One thing that the title of this video is alluding to, which seems to be happening to me, is I need to buy industrial grade lubrication for my anus, because I've gotten maybe 150 YouTube complaints in the sense of, hey man, you're using a song that you don't have rights to. So we're gonna take your video down, or we're gonna take the monetization from the video. It's not copyright strikes; it's content. I don't even know what they refer to it, but I know that I've gotten about 100 emails in the past couple weeks about it, and I keep getting lubricated in my ass. So the option now is to mute the intro on all those videos. For some reason, it hasn't caught the more recent one. But obviously it's my use of that song from the anime. But whatever, fuck it. I don't need it. So I could just mute it, and that's the problem. The one thing I do have a problem with, though, is something that I've been doing maybe for the past week. YouTube has flagged one of my videos' thumbnail as inappropriate and violating their guides of terms and service or whatever the fuck. And it's literally a dude springing cards. It's I believe Harry Blackstone springing cards, and I keep appealing it. I keep overwriting the appeal, and then it keeps blocking it because for some reason it thinks it's Hitler. I don't know why. I don't know if it thinks it's Hitler, but I guess that's maybe why it would probably ban it, but it keeps being repealed, and then I keep having to do it. So every time you have to write a little bit of a paragraph. And the first one, I was cordial. The first time I wrote them a response, I was like, oh, must have been your little bit of a bot. It's fine, guys. It happens to anybody. I just want you guys to repeal it because it's a magician springing cards. Why is that violating any terms of service? Then it happened a second time. I was a little bit more firm. When it came to my response, I said, hey guys, listen, I already appealed this. All right, I already seem to have one that appealed. There's no reason why you should do it again, but I guess it must be another mistake. Guys, it's all cool. Then it happened a third time. That third response, I sent it back like a Karen. I said, this is unexcusable. This is the third time you guys repeal this thumbnail, and it's a shitty video, but it doesn't matter. It's about the principle. Or it's about the fucking principle. And I was pretty much a Karen in that particular email, saying that this is ridiculous. It's obvious that there isn't any sort of human intervention going on over there. If anybody had a modicum of an iota of a brain cell, they would see that it's a very appropriate thumbnail. As a matter of fact, it's probably the most tame thumbnail. It's a magician doing a card spring. It's not a person being sent to the gas chambers, as what YouTube thinks it is. So yeah, that's what I've been dealing with. Let's see if it happens a fourth time. It takes about a day for them to respond, so I'm still waiting on that. But it's been quite a fun little thing. It's been quite a little fun thing back and forth with apparently a fucking thumbnail. I did not specifically ask to speak with the CEO. No, that's actually something that my mother has done. I've seen her personally do that and ask for when it comes to any sort of service. She'll be like, you know what, I want to speak to your CEO. I want to speak to your president. Mom, the CEO of Sprint is not going to talk to you. That's not the way it works. Let's see. How does the name of your channel correspond to what you do? It doesn't. It doesn't. If it did, that would be kind of retarded, because this channel would be dedicated to cakes made out of pig, right? So that would be kind of a terrible channel. I don't know how to bake, so maybe that might have some, interest in that sense. Like, oh shit, watch this guy that doesn't know how to bake, and maybe you could have some sort of interesting content that way. No, it's just a name. It's a name that I thought was interesting. That's what it has to do with the channel. Haven't got to watch much since the face reveal time. Fuck your swole piggy. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I've been doing my workouts. Yesterday, I did yesterday when I came back here, I was hammered because the Miami Heat lost to the Los Angeles Lakers. And again, as I mentioned in the video earlier today, I wasn't excited. I don't care about the Miami Heat, okay? I'm not a big sports guy. I watch UFC every time there's a pay-per-view. That's about it. But when it comes to pachanga time, which is whenever something goes down where a team manages to win, it's party time. Essentially, you go to a restaurant that's, I want to say maybe a mile and a half away from here. Everybody starts handing out little shots of coffee, little shots of Cuban coffee. Everyone's smoking cigars. The shit goes down. And I was looking forward to that. Pots and pans come out. So usually here, whenever a sports team wins that's from the city, they'll take out pots and pans and they'll start hitting it, because that's the sort of culture that we have down here. We're very trashy individuals. But you know what? I'm part of that culture. And I dig that fucking culture, all right? So that would have been me without a shirt, hitting that pot and hitting that pan with a cigar in my mouth, hammered out of my mind. Unfortunately, they lost. So I didn't get that celebration. But today, I forgot what the point was here. I woke up hungover. And what was this? What reminded me? There was something that reminded me about that. Oh, I woke up hungover, so I decided, hey, you know what? Hangover means I gotta work it a little bit harder. So I did a little bit of hot exercise. It was very productive today. So that's how you do it. If you did a bad thing, you need to do a bad thing to yourself. And by bad thing to yourself, I mean working out. This is I've had a conversation with many people as to why fat girls stay fat, and it's because they don't have that crucial step. All right, they don't do that crucial step. They'll just reward mediocrity. You don't want to do that. Okay, you want to reward yourself when you deserve it. And I didn't deserve it. I didn't deserve a reward. Why? Because, I got hammered. So that deserved a little bit of a lashing. I don't know what's the name of the, I think Silas from Da Vinci Code. right? Whenever he has some sort of dirty thought, if you remember that particular movie / book, he would take a little like a spiky belt and fucking, you know, put more pressure on his thigh. That's what you got to do. That was a long tangent. I apologize. Let's see. No, I try to avoid the AI from picking my more, let's call it, mature wounds. Okay. That was quite substantial, but okay. Let's see. Imagine losing your career because of a self-induced hand injury. Yeah, that's autistic. You don't want to do that, especially as a magician when your livelihood are your fucking hands. Why would you do that? There's a video on YouTube. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to fucking see it again. I alluded to it in the video from earlier today, but it's a magician. He has like a rat tail, like a dyed rat tail. And he does the point where the spectator hides a nail underneath the cups. He has them mix it up. And then, you know, usually when you do it with more than 3 cups, you want to introduce a little bit of, you want to bring them into it, right? So if maybe you do it with 5 cups, you might do the first one and then you'll bring them in, do the second one, and then you'll do the third one and the fourth one, the third one yourself, and then the last one, that's where the tension is, right? In this one, because the guy's an inbred retard, what he did is that he used a method that was not surefire, that was dangerous because obviously it failed, and then he brings in a reporter, and then I forgot what he said right before she did it, but he fucking put her hand down, and the spike went through her hand. And I think he made a joke, if I remember correctly. He made a fucking joke about it. Could you imagine you put a reporter's hand through a spike and then you go, well, I guess we found a nail. Wow, man, that's great. Wow, good job there. So that's autistic. Piggy thick, those straps could levitate a tie pole. Yeah, maybe, I guess. It's a farmer's carry, man. You do farmer's carries. I guess they look a little bit more enhanced because of this wife beater. But yeah, I appreciate that. Stop fucking eye fucking me. I'm very uncomfortable right now with the eye fucking. Let's see. Whenever I see Pig in a tank top, I forget that it's already cold where I live. Yeah. Here it just gets a little bit less warm. That's the way it works when you are so near Cuba and surrounded by a bunch of mouth breathers. Essentially, that's what we deal with. But you know, that's fine. Asked for the CEO of YouTube's to get their shit together. I like the way you spelled there. I know that you tried. That's the best part. That's the part that counts, Daniel. You tried. Let's see. It was for Kobe. That's funny. Unsubscribe. Let's go Heat. Well, man, unfortunately, dude, they fucking didn't make it. They didn't make it, and my fantasy, I think it would have been Tuesday. That would have been the last game, Game 7. It would have been me without a shirt going down A Street. A Street is I guess the place where the restaurant is. It's called Versailles, and outside of that is always where shit goes down. When Fidel Castro died, outside of that area, right there was when shit went down. All right, people were there, fucking smoking cigars, drinking rum, getting little shots of Cuban coffee, and I wanted to do that. I wanted to be the guy that gets arrested going, I thought we lived in America. As I'm being put in the back of a cop car. That would have been me. But unfortunately, we lost to LeBron James. Fucking cunt. Fucking cunt, LeBron James. Let's see, I remember when I used to catch a lot of streams, everyone would ask if you had your own deck. I know you haven't hit 100K yet, but Piggy deck, yeah, working on it. We're working on it, man. It's we've gotten some communication, so we've actively working on it, and hopefully shit should be good. I mean, Gentleman Wake is coming out with his deck. I think the Kickstarter is the 30th, and I definitely want to see how much I could do before then, because I don't want to hear him bitching. That's the thing. If talk to him, I haven't talked to him in a while, but next time I talk to him, he's gonna be like, "Hey man, what's that? I got 2 decks out. You haven't even got yours, man. What's the deal? What's the deal?" I don't want to hear that. So I want to see how much work I could do. Let's see. Memories. The window is triggering my PTSD. Yeah, this is a Windows 95, from my understanding. Paint. A little bit of a hot paint overlay. Obviously with the wallpaper here. I'm a retard. With the wallpaper here. A little bit of a Trump meme, right? You see that? A little bit of a Trump meme right here. I need to replace the wallpaper because it kind of looks like shit. Like, I didn't think like in it. Had I actually stuck to the aesthetic, this whole thing would be a little bit more this way so that you could actually see this, right? Because if this was a desktop, why would that be blocked? That would be blocked. so it doesn't make sense. But I wanted to have a little bit of a peek of there because that had a nice vaporwave aesthetic, right? And obviously this too with all the saturation on that. I want to kill myself. Let's go here. Every time I have read every book that Dan Brown has written, there are really not many, and they all have the same twists. That's the thing about Dan Brown. All his books have the same twist. So you know that a main character that's introduced in the first 3 chapters is going to be the one that's going to be the head honcho later on. So if somebody's introduced in the first 3 chapters, and you're like, oh, that's a new character, that's a new zany and quirky character, by the end of the book, he's going to be the one that has a knife on, I forgot what his name was, Robert something? No? Hutz? No, what's his fucking name? What's the name of the main character? I forgot that shit. Let's see. How dare you bring it up in my mind? I know about this. Yeah, unfortunately, I assume you're talking about the spike. Listen, I didn't want to watch the fucking video of that dude, that retard, putting that woman's hand through the spike. So at least the memory's there, but it's not fresh. All right, you don't have a direct image in your mind of it because it's been a while since you watched it, and I didn't want to watch it because I didn't want that to be fresh in my mind when I did the video for today. Let's see. Piggy, did you know that there are people in coin magic that belittle anyone that doesn't use a 1964 half dollar? What? Is that real? I believe that for sure. For fucking sure. I feel like that's a thing. I don't understand why there's so much inter-virginity. Here's the thing too. I keep getting reminded that virginity exists everywhere. I've been watching a lot of live videos of the former lead singer of Survivor, Jimmy Jamison, of which, by the way, there's a whole rabbit hole for that. I think I found a weird middle-aged woman coven that's obsessed with Jimmy Jamison, who's the former lead singer of Survivor. He's the one that sang the Baywatch theme, I'm Always Ready. He's the one that sang that. He sang a bunch of songs for Survivor. Obviously, he didn't sing Eye of the Tiger. That was in 1983. He was in a band in 1984. Do your fucking research. But in watching those videos, I found that there's a little bit of a wormhole because all the comments are middle-aged women that comment on each and every single video in relation to Jimmy Jamison. And on top of that, their usernames are like Jamison. So they'll put their first name and then the last name as Jamison. So it's a weird coven of middle-aged women, and it's not just a couple. It's like 12 consistent people that comment on each and every video that has to do with Jimmy Jamison. I don't know where the fuck it's coming from, but I definitely want to do some research on that. That's a sort of low level, inadequate, like most dumb topic that I could do research in, but it's the sort of thing that I live for. So I don't know if to put that on Plus. Maybe if I do some research, I'll probably put that on Pigcake Plus. I haven't had content there in a while, but I don't know what the fuck it was about Jimmy Jamison. I don't know how I got to this. Now I gotta look at a fucking comment and see which one. Okay, so in those videos, a lot of people talk about his vocal range, right? And you have people who are vocalists, essentially virgin out for his vocal techniques and talk about, you know, how his intonation of that, whatever jargon they use, it's the gay shit of all time. And we do the same thing in magic. We have the exact same fucking thing in magic, which is terrible. But I keep getting reminded that virginity exists outside of magic. So that's the funny part. But I did not know that there's a group of coin magicians that belittle anybody else that doesn't use a 1964 coin. If you could send me a direction as to where I could see these people, I would definitely enjoy that, because that seems to be a thing that warrants an entire video on its own. So who said that? These nuts. Ayrton Cobb. I definitely want to hear more about that. Let's see. That auto-tune though. I have a question. You have a website where I can learn $5 a month. I like how I didn't realize it was Satchel for a second, and then I'm like, oh, thank you. You tricked me into shilling the Pigcake Card Academy. $5 a month gets you 2 videos every single week going over card and coin stuff. Over 700 videos already. What? Huh? What are you doing? Return of the Echo. Echo. Mic issues. Oh my God! Don't say that. Let's see. Let's see how that sounds. This is Nancy. I forget I get ads now. I forget that I get ads now, which is quite substantial. That's actually a good thing. Let's see how it sounds. That's not. That's great. Wow, dude. Let's mute this. That's great. Wow. Wow, dude. I love audio issues. That's my favorite thing about YouTube. Let's see. Let's see. Penis. No, of course. Okay, it's still there. What a fucking retardation nation, dude. Yeah, what is it, dude? I blocked every single audio source. I don't understand what it is. And I'm guessing it has to do with the actual, maybe the connection. That this mic isn't necessarily designed to be done like this, and there's pressure on this. So maybe, let's do this. Let's try this. Dick cheese. Dick cheese. Dick cheese. Dick cheese. Dick cheese. Dick cheese. That worked. Okay, that fixed it. Look at that. Look at that, man. That's sexual. So anytime, just take it out, put it in. But that's still not the way it should work, right? It should work without me having to go, oh, there's an echo. Let me put it out and put it in. Could you imagine if I was using this mic to record, and then I recorded a whole thing, and then I realized that half of it is fucking reverbed? I'd shoot myself. Or whoever made this microphone. Maybe get the mic away from your ass. You know what it might be? It might be the interference from the wireless butt plug that I have. That could be it, right? It could be the interference from the wireless butt plug that I've put in my asshole. That could be it, Brian. Let's see. You probably have it coming in left and right, and it's probably doubling it. The thing is that I've taken out all the background noise, so there's nothing playing in the background. That's number one. There isn't doubling up. I've looked at all the sources. There isn't anything happening on a system level, so I don't know what's happening. But whatever. At least I can unplug it and plug it in, and it seems to have been working well. Let's see. Redo the background and save the paint file as what Justin Miller called you, and then put that as like a little folder, like somewhere over here, like here. I'll put that as a folder here, and then see if anybody notices the fact that I have a folder called let's see, let's go through here. Like having Pig an ascended voice. He's not a human. Yeah, that's close. That's actually close. So is Piggy fighting the illusionist warehouse employee at 100 carry? Did we all forget? I think I'm just gonna go there and try to get some what do you call this? Some from Brad. That might be my goal instead of fighting anybody. I'm gonna go over there and get some action. You know, maybe a Brad handy. I think that's gonna be the better one. Let's go through here. I'm personally not a fan of the coins because the back looks ugly. Maybe like they're more flat. Corn pop. Are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about unless you're talking about the coins. But seriously, if there is if there's a group of people that generally talk shit about magicians based on the coins they use, I want to hear about that. I don't know if that's like a subreddit, maybe if that's in the Magic Cafe. You know, it's funny. I compare it to the cigar forums or the cigar subreddits, where if you use, like, for example, if you're smoking like a shitty cigar, they'll give you maybe one like upvote. You'll get like 2 pity upvotes. But if you're smoking like a quite substantial cigar, like even same picture, same color, everything is the same about the picture. The only difference is that you're smoking a higher quality cigar. 200 upvotes. So I wonder if it's the same with that. That if you post something on a Coin Magic forum, that, you know, hey guys, look at this coin trick, and it vanishes, but it's a fucking non-1964 half dollar. Are they gonna go, hey dude, yeah, that's a great trick, but you might want to change that half dollar. You might want to use a different one, buddy. You there with the, what are you, poor? So I want to see that. I definitely want to see that. Let's see this one. Get your ball tickler off the microphone. That's tremendous. It's a desktop input. Hit Control F6 Alt Delete 5. Look for PNG sound. Reset your desktop and launch OBS again. It's the desktop. Yeah, but I took out the desktop input. There's none. there and there's none in the system level. So that doesn't make any sense. I feel like it's definitely the wonky connector. That might be it. That I feel like it slowly falls off and it gets like when you used to have the N64 and you wouldn't put the cartridge all the way. That's what's going on with this. I think that might be the conclusion. But last time I did a stream, it worked perfectly fine. Today it seemed to have come back again, which is quite fucking shite. Let's go here. Right, that comment made me chuckle. If you don't like, even know your butt plugs are a lie. I could always tell. I'm a mentalist. I could tell you're a mentalist based on how many X's are in your fucking username. That's how I could tell that you're a mentalist. Usually, I could tell a Cardister based on the fact that they have 52 on the end of their fucking username, which is terrible. Mentalists typically are a little bit more edgy. So you have a lot of X's, therefore, you're a mentalist. That's the rule there. Let's go through back here. Let's go back here. Dan Brown. Nobody told me the name of fucking Dan Brown, the main character. I forgot the name of the guy. He's gonna come. I don't want to research it because I'm kind of a lazy piece of shit. But today's video, man, that was a fun one. That was definitely a fun video, just in a sense of the retardation of a product that's still being sold. Now, nobody's buying it. If you buy it, you are probably a functional retard. But it's still there. It's still in stock. It's not out of stock. It's not discontinued. The only thing that's there is a little bit of a disclaimer that says, hey, dude, don't buy this. You don't want to buy this. Well, don't sell it if you don't want people to fucking buy it. I think that's the I guess, action to take rather than leaving a lengthy red lettering font, fucking different fonted rant as to why you shouldn't buy it. It's a shit trick. It's a terrible trick. Even if you do it with the coaster. Now, I did give him the benefit of the doubt because there is a method that involves coasters, right? So you get the cups, and the cups are on top of coasters, and the spike is in one of the coasters. So it's through one of the coasters. So if you mark the coaster that the spike's on, the spectator can't really remove that from the coaster easily because it's affixed on it. It's epoxied or whatever. So they can't remove that easily. So as long as you could keep track on the marked coaster, you're going to be fine. But here's the thing. That's still not 100% infallible. So it's still not 100% infallible. So you're still retard if you do that particular version because maybe you could fucking accidentally hit it. What if you go for that end and then you hit it accidentally because you are a human being? So they do sell a bunch. I know that they sell a collapsible one. I know that they sell a couple other ones, but that one, it's the worst one you could possibly do. And what I love is, again, that end where he goes, my heart beats every time I perform this because it's a thrill. Yeah, it's a thrill because you're actually genuinely risking your hand. So that's pretty autistic, I gotta say. Yetis are stereo mics. That's why I feel like setting them to mono in Windows might fix. It could be off base. So that's two things. Maybe. I know that this one has different settings on it. So I could set it to have different patterns. So it could have either this and this from the top. It could have just this, just that. So I know that has a lot of different things, but I haven't fucked with that yet. What's this one here? Please tell me you have that mic in a full-size microphone stand. Somebody walking by the window sees a sad, lonely Arab guy performing a sad, lonely stand-up. I should. I'm holding this, and I feel like the mic is definitely going to get echoed again based on that. But I'm holding it. I should have a little bit of a microphone stand here, but then I'd have to get the mic that I have at Danny's house, which would require me getting probably a mixer, a Scarlett mixer. And I don't want to do that because I'm a cheap, lazy bastard. So I don't want to do that. I do have another mic. I have an actual, nice dynamic mic there. But again, need a mixer. So I'd rather go with a echoey USB 5-year-old microphone. Let's go through here. By the way, you brought up that AGDQ incel action. Maybe it's okay for you to dig up that please stop it meme. Pewds once dug up. I know that one. That one is the I think the guy's playing Zelda or some shit, if I remember correctly. And the guy next to him, I forgot his name, but he's a dude that his mom was screaming at him on one of his streams. So he streams Super Mario, from my understanding, Paper Mario, if okay, my virginity serves me correctly. And there's a video where he's playing games and his fucking mom comes in and you could hear his mom screaming at him. And his mom's like, what have I fucking told you? I've told you God knows how many times for you to fucking go to sleep. And his mom just stays there arguing with. And then I think the mom at some point even says, and your fucking sheets are still outside drying because when you pissed on them, it's fucking disgusting. There was so much pee that it took a year to dry, and the detergent that I put couldn't fucking fix it. And he just shuts up. He just shuts up and doesn't say anything else. So that was quite humorous. But even that, I don't think is comparable to the cringe in the Magic community. I don't know. They're on par. I think the speedrunning cringe is on par with Magic cringe. It's pretty bad. I really haven't seen a lot of Magic cringe comps. They're few and far between, but they all have the same. There might be a lot of comps, but there isn't a lot of content. Because I guess people are afraid of hurting feelings. They're afraid of hurting feelings, which that's their prerogative. But they're always the same clips, which are kind of shitty clips from AGT, which those don't count. I want to see genuine cringe. All right, I want to see genuine cringe at conventions. I want to see people getting like the equivalent of AGDQ cringe. I want to see that for Magic. That's gonna make me very happy. See, what's this one? Are you bi-fi or tri-fi? What the fuck does that mean? What does that even mean, my dude? No, that's not what I meant. Which one did you mean there, George McCrate? Which one did you mean? But I, what do you call this, man? Am I just fucking stupid? Yes, I am. I think it's a dude dressed as like Zelda. He's dressed as Link or something. And he says, would you please stop? And the other guy just sits down awkwardly like, oh, okay. Because he kept interjecting and making stupid jokes. But that whole thing is cringe. It's a fucking cringe fest. If you watch those speedruns, it's terrible. I mean, I don't want to say things that are a little bit considered as transphobic, but there's a bunch of just weirdos, just fucking speed, and then the smell, and people always complain about the smells that are taking place there, and they always mention or allude to the fact that it's a bunch of just socially isolated, awkward people. Just I'm a speedrunner. It's just weirdos. But that's why I compare it to the Magic community, because it's like the same shit. You're doing a skill-based thing for public, right? So Magic's the same shit. So let's go here. It says, when you get your beard game as strong as Piggy's, you have what's legally known as implied consent with the ladies. You tell that to all the litigation that I've had to deal with. I need to do a zoom in. I need to find a way to do a zoom in here, because that would have been a good zoom in moment. But unfortunately, because I'm a retard, I can't do that. Well, I haven't done it. I could do it. I have a remote here that I could just connect and do it, but I haven't done that. I was too busy working on overlays, like what Justin Miller called me. Do you smell as bad as you look? Let me tell you right now, I'm smelling myself and I smell tremendous. I just washed everything here. I just took a shower. I used some conditioner, some Pantene conditioner. There's some other scrub that I use. So right now I smell like a fucking pillow. All right, like a fucking Febreze pillow. So if you laid on me right now, you would be like, man, you smell magical. So you think before you start talking shit. Rich. Ever thought of making a video on cultist leaders that use magic tricks for culty things? Yeah, I did. The fucking Sai Baba's one that I did. I should make a full video on him, right? Now that you mentioned that. I think I did like a watch along with that, which was very unpopular, but it was still fun because he's a very interesting character to study in the sense of him doing magic tricks, but at the same time he has a lot of philanthropic sort of endeavors. So he made a lot of wells in remote parts of India for people that couldn't get water. He opened up a lot of hospitals. He also fucked a lot of boys, so there's that, fucked a lot of boys. Funny enough, the corner store right here has some of his incense. So if you go to the corner store over here, they sell some of his incense, which is quite humorous. So if you want to buy Sai Baba incense, you're more than welcome to still find it on the market because it's around. So let's see what else here. Oh, do you scrub your SOTUS or your scrotus? Do you scrub your scrotus? I spend more time on my scrotus than anywhere else on my body. So that's clean, and the other side is clean. You could probably eat off both and not contract any sort of venereal disease, at least from the latent germs. There might be some you know, hives that come up every once in a while, but I've been told that's normal. Let's go here. Let's go. Who sent me a message? Oh, that's funny. Who said this? Is this Pandy? Pandy. Oh, that's funny. Pandy sending me a message about your 110% theory. That's fucking hysterical. This guy's sending me messages telling me people like my shit. That's redundant. I know people like my shit because I'm fucking funny. All right. What's this one? What are your thoughts on Chris Ramsey, Pandora, Xavier Spade? Are you in any way collected? Yeah. Friends with 3 of those. 2 of those. Ramsey, I'm not super close with. X, I'm fairly close with. Pandora, I've recently come in contact with him, and we've had some interactions. I wish they were sexual, but unfortunately, they're not sexual. They're me trying to be sexual and him denying me because he's like, oh, no, dude, I don't do that. And I'm like, dude, I'll change your life. So yeah, that's the unfortunate downside of that. But yeah, great people. Apart from the puzzles, those are a little bit gay. But then again, he has a Tesla. So, you know, I could call it gay all I want when he rolls out in his Tesla. Am I, like, who won that particular argument, right? Let's go here. Let me go through here. I recently heard a comparison of YouTube being a friend simulator. I have to agree. But the Menace Porn Pub is a girl/boyfriend simulator. What? Are you saying like a YouTube being a friend simulator in the sense of you living vicariously as a friend through the people you watch? Is that what you're saying? Or because people do the same thing for like hentai, right? They watch those and they're like, oh man, maybe I'm insert name of person here. Let me go through here. Yeah, I'm probably on the same page. Wi-Fi out is like your haircut. There's a lot of things here that maybe I'm too old to understand. I don't know where you guys are coming from. Maybe the audience here is getting way too young and I'm just getting too old for the memes. But you gotta slow it down, man. You gotta use that European slow motion on me sometimes when it comes to the memes. As I started the stream with, my meme usage or my meme understanding is only about 8 months. It's 8 months behind. So you gotta drop memes that were relevant 8 months ago for me to be like, oh yeah, I get that. So let's see what else. I'm drunk, don't take me seriously. There you go. That was me yesterday. That was me hammered yesterday. And then today you wake up and you look at your wall and you just stare at your wall for 10 minutes and you go, what? And then you pee and your pee is yellow like the fucking sun and you go, oh, do I got cirrhosis? And then you any light source you look at is immediately like a vampire. You just see a fucking light. You go, all right. It's not a good thing. All right. Humans weren't meant to consume alcohol. And that's a reminder. And you know what? I learned my lesson. You have to do a collab with David and get a huge argument over a deck. David, Magic Orthodoxy? Yeah, that'll be funny. We disagree on the caliper size, right? With that, I think that'd be a really funny video. I just show up and I'm like, hey man, that's wrong. You were incorrect on your assessment of those playing cards. They're actually 0.35 millimeters. You need to get your calipers. What's it called when you fucking routinely fix something so that it works again at base level? You need to get your calipers. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you get your tires rotated, you're taking it back to base level. But what do you do? Calibrated. There you go. See, I'm not retarded. Okay, you got to get your calipers calibrated, David. And that's it. That'll be the end of the collab on that particular front. And you declare jihad over deck reviews. Yeah. Why'd you say jihad, huh? Is there any reason as to why you would use the comparison of jihad, huh? Is there maybe an appearance thing? Is that a thing that maybe I look like the type of person to call a jihad or a fatwa? I was just watching this. I was watching this episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I think the season that I'm watching now is when he gets a fatwa on him, and he learns to embrace it. He learns to embrace the fact that he's out on the street. And he even gets pussy because of it. So good on Larry David, who actually recently got married at 73. So you know, there's hope. COVID make me fat? I've outgrown my original Pigcake shirt. That's fucking tremendous. How do you outgrow your Pigcake shirts? That's quite I mean, the sizes on the website were quite I would say there was a lot of liberty on these sizes on the website. I believe they go from XS all the way to I think 3XL, which is quite humorous. What's funny is that if you try to purchase a shirt from like I don't know, like a wrestling shirt, what ends up happening is that you see the sizes go from, they start at L and they go all the way to maybe 7XL, because that's the fan base. So for Teespring or whatever, it's XS all the way to I think 3XL. So if you're past 3XL, well, at least you could eat free at the Heart Attack Grill in Las Vegas, Nevada. So that's always a benefit, right? That's always a good thing. You get weighed right outside the store like your cattle, and then if you're over, I think 300 pounds, you eat free as much as you want. So that's the benefit you get. That and diabetes, heart condition, elevated cholesterol levels, arrhythmia. What's the other one? Insert condition here, and that's what you'll get from wearing a 4XL shirt. Is your Twitch Pigcake with 2 E's? Yes, it is, and I haven't put anything on it in probably a year and a half because Twitch is for gay retards, and I'm not a gay retard. Let's see. You zero your calipers, fucking nerd. Speaking of drunk and peeing sun-colored, have you ever eaten a shitload of beets and had to question whether or not you're internally bleeding the next day? I'm not a fan of beets. I'm not a huge fan of beets. I've never done that. However, I have had symptoms that I look up. I think I mentioned it the other day on the ham radio stream that I have had symptoms, and then I look up on WebMD. I'm like, oh, great, I have multiple sclerosis. That's great. I wonder how I'm going to live with this for the next lifetime. Well, I guess I'm just going to have to adjust. I'm just going to have to adjust my patterns of behavior, my recording. I'm going to have to adjust everything in my life. So this is normal, I guess. Off from my hands doing this, right? My hand just shaking a little bit, which could have been 1,000 things, but I hone in on the most, the scariest is the one I tend to hone in on. Where are we at here? We're at 44. Okay, that's a decent time here, but I haven't done that with beets. I don't think I've ever had a questionable pee. That's a good thing, I guess. At least my kidneys are in fantastic shape. Let's check them out here. That echo perfectly fits. Don't fucking fuck with me. There's echo again. Let me check this shit again. And then also what I like is how I check my audio, which is opening the video on fucking YouTube like a plebeian. So let's check it out. Let's see. No, it's fine. You fuck. It's fine, you fuck. Let's see. Does Piggy have any merch handy? Yeah, the merch is over there, but I don't know where to put this microphone down without possibly causing echo. So I don't want to do that. What just happened here? The studio thing said, "Oh snap." I guess the stream's still up, but that's still stupid. Let's go here. Do you have any Piggy merch? Yeah, but the Piggy merch is over there, so I really can't get it. There is echo. I want to shoot up a school right now. There's echo. Yeah, there's echo because the fucking video that I played to test it, you fuck. But there isn't that echo that was previous on the other ones. Okay, you fuck. Let's go through this one. Let's see this one here. I'm trying to go through here. Unless you made I just read the collab with David. Unless you meant like a collab in the sense of making a deck together, which would be I think kind of sexual. Let's see. You know what? I might do another video on that the Sai Baba dude. Now that that was mentioned previously, I might do that. I'm a fan of looking at these cult leaders like David Koresh, Sai Baba being one of them. That are Sai Baba wasn't necessarily cultish, But he was like Jimmy Savile in the sense that he, you know, did a lot of good things in the sense of opening up hospitals and, you know, being really philanthropic, I guess. At the same time, taking advantage of his position to fuck underage people. But they're still interesting characters to look at because Sai Baba especially did shitty magic tricks. So Sai Baba did shitty magic tricks, and he made a lot of people think that he was a messiah. But his tricks were fucking terrible. There was one where he would make sand appear, or ash, from his fingertips, which was hysterical. So he would like fucking, you know, do this thing like this, and then he would sprinkle ash on people, and they're like, oh my god, holy ash. It reminds me of this story. I might be getting it misconstrued, but it was one about I think a statue that was leaking oil, and people would come up to the statue thinking that it was a holy statue, and they would fucking, you know, oh, let me touch the statue. They would like eat the oil and lick it, and it turns out that there was a leak, I think a septic leak, that was causing the statue. There was an excess of sewage and some sort of leak that was causing the appearance of oil on the statue. I think it was some byproduct of human waste. So that was a funny one, I guess. Not for them, but for the people that are told that particular story. I need to look that one up, but I'm sure that that's similar, at least close enough to what actually took place. Piggy should cold call BLM lawyers and give them a free mentalist reading. I was going to say no comment. But they seem to be popping up very frequently. Piggy, that was Echo this entire time, and as soon as you tested it, disappeared and made Georgie Boy look bad. Oh my fucking god. You know what's funny is what if me testing it stops it? Right? What if me testing it stops it? Let me do this. Testing it stops it. That would be great. Now I stopped the fucking comments. Okay, live chat. I hate that YouTube has those two things that divides it between live chat and top chat. Nobody likes top chat. Get the fuck out of here. Stop trying to make top chat a thing, YouTube. Top chat is for mentally ill virgins. Creating a reverse stripper deck with David called Never Nude. That's tremendous. That's fucking tremendous. That's a wonderful idea. I see. So when are you getting a playing card tattooed on your fucking... yeah, I don't have my magician tattoos yet. I don't have magician's tattoos. My magician tattoos. My favorite one is the Forever one here. Right, I'm waiting on that one. The Always Tired. That's gonna be the next one. I'm gonna get like an ankh here on my ear, and then over here on my chest. Just to finish it off, I'm gonna get a reveal of the the 5 cards in that Die Vernon stack. I think that would be particularly virgin-y, right? If I get the 5 cards and like that think a card, or actually no, you know what? I'll have a multiple outs on my body. So I have a Queen of Hearts here. I have a 7 of Spades on my ass cheek, and then in the back of my head I'll have like a 5 of Clubs, and then regardless of what card they say, oh hey, I got a tattoo here. You can't look anywhere else in my body because that's inappropriate. That's a harassment, sir. But look right there. If you look right there, there's a tattoo of the card that you named after a lengthy process, sir. So there. Thank you. All right. Here's my business card. Don't look me up because I'm on a list. Let's see. You should get some hair tattooed on that receding hairline. Oh my god, you got me. I've seen the on TikTok. I've seen TikTok where they have like it's like a toupee that adds a little bit more hair to where the hair is receding, and they comb it in with the regular hair, and they even cut it like it's regular hair, which is hysterical. Because could you imagine being in a position where, you know, somebody's pulling on it, and they pull on it to the point where, oh, okay, and your whole hairline is actually Max Maven's? It's not attractive. That's not an attractive look to have, even though the glue seems to be quite substantial. People wash it like it's normal, they use it like it's normal, but they at the end of the day have a fake set of hair there. So regardless of what it looks like, you yourself know that it's not real. So and for me, I just hide it with hats. Look at that. I hide it with hats. Unfortunately, it's I think I blame my grandfather, whose hairline was I believe to the end of his ass crack. That's where his hairline receded to. So I blame my grandfather. That's well, I haven't heard some reverb. There was reverb earlier on, but I fixed it by unplugging and replugging the mic. That was my my, what do you call this, my what are those losers from Best Buy? They're never attractive. I know most of the Best Buy employees are attractive. The Geek Squad. I don't have to do my Geek Squad or pay them money to tell me to unplug it and replug it. So these nuts definitely had come in my ears again, Piggy, for 30 seconds or 30 secs. Shit, man, 30 secs. What sort of crappy non-virgin would I be, man? All jail, Piggy virgin points. Again, you can't mention the word jail because of the pending litigation. So please don't use that in my comments. It's going to be used against me in the court. So what do you feel about the stupid fucking magic? Oh, that's funny. The stupid magic clickbait videos like the trick that fooled Darren Brown. And it's as obvious as Daniel's inability to read. I've seen those a lot. I think it's I don't know what the guy's name, something Owen. I've seen his videos. And they're usually very unnecessarily cinematic. But it does get a lot of views. It does get a lot of views. You know, the trick that fooled David Blaine. Did it really? Did it really fool Darren Brown? I have to see that one and see the context of that particular thing. It might have been something that they showed, you know, Darren at 4 o'clock in the morning after a ketamine binge, and he goes, "Oh shit, I didn't see that happen." And then they go, "Oh, I fooled you. Now this is the trick that fooled Darren Brown." That's what it's going to be called now and henceforth. The trick that fooled Darren Brown. So that might be the context. But I've seen those, and they get a lot of views. So it's quite substantial. What's this? What's your favorite bourbon, Piggy? Bourbon. I'm not sure. I'm more of a cognac guy. I'm a cognac guy. I like Makers. Makers is dope. But I'm definitely a cognac individual. Yeah. I know that I'm a cognac guy because it's the only hard... I could have any hard liquor by itself, but it's the only hard liquor I enjoy by itself without even ice necessarily. So that's how I know I like it. Whereas Makers have to have it with a lot of ice. Scotch over ice has to be over ice. So that's I like the yak. Let's see. Hey Piggy, what's your favorite ketamine? Well, there's a couple. There's one by a brand called Dodgy Sphincters. Dodgy Sphincters makes a great ketamine brand, I guess. Right? You go to the right place and you go, "Hey man, let me get that Dodgy Sphincter," and he'll hook you up. Oh, let's see, the trick that fooled Burt Reynolds. Is that real? Is that a real one? I feel like that's a very specific one, to the point where it has to be real, because why else would you name Burt Reynolds? So, fuck. That's a cringy one. Fuck, what's this one? But they work. They fucking work. Let me tell you, they work better than my videos. I've noticed a significant dip in views, man. That's one thing I've noticed in the past maybe month, 2 months. I've noticed that I haven't gotten... as much clicks on the videos, which is fine, whatever, it happens. But I guess that's because I'm not making that sort of, you know, clickbaitish content. I'm not acquiescing to that. But it's fine. I enjoy it. I still enjoy making these videos, and I'm glad that I could still technically be making a living doing these videos. So that's always a great thing. So you could say that even though I'm not getting enough views, I'm still fairly blessed. To be able to keep doing this shit. Let's go through here. Have you tried an Arturo Fuente cigar? Yeah. That's like asking me if I breathe in the morning. Wow, just in the frame rate got fucked there. Yeah, I love Arturo Fuente. Hemingway is one of my favorite cigars. The Arturo Fuente Hemingway. There's the 848, which is a great one. I know there's another one that I'm missing. I know they have Bestseller is one. But the other Work of Art is the other one that's quite substantial. So Hemingway and Work of Art, give me those, and I'll suck on them without even lighting them. I'll just stick it in my mouth and chew it without even lighting it. But they're great. Yeah, Arturo Fuentes are tremendous, and not super pricey. They're not super pricey, which is a good thing if you're into cigars. I don't trust Piggy in his liquor opinion. He just doesn't seem to know the difference between whiskey, bourbon, and cognac. Cognac is brandy that is made in the Cognac region of France. Whiskey and bourbon. I think bourbon is, Kentucky, maybe. right? And barrel. I know there's something with that. Corn. I'm not sure the difference between bourbon and whiskey, but it's the same shit. It's the same fucking shit. All right. Bourbon, Scotch. What? Scotland. That's it. It's about the only difference. It still tastes the fucking same. Same thing, I guess, with cognac and brandy, maybe. But I like cognac. I found that I don't like brandy. I like cognac. I've had better luck with cognacs than brandy. So fuck off me, mate. I don't trust Piggy. I don't trust Piggy. He obviously doesn't know good ketamine. If it slapped him in the face, I wouldn't know good ketamine. I don't know what I wouldn't even begin to tell you what the symptoms of ketamine are. That's my how deep my lack of knowledge of ketamine goes. Bourbon is whiskey from Kentucky. See, so I'm right. So thank you. Thank you. All right. Fuck. Olivas for the win. I had an Oliva for the first time not so long ago. The G, Oliva G series. It was fucking hot. I gotta tell you, it was quite hot. I've had very few bad cigars, but the ones that have been bad have been fucking abysmal. So they've made a lasting memory in me. Like I'm some sort of, traumatized kidnapping victim. But I haven't had a lot of bad ones. There's a couple ones that took a while to get it started. But I'm quite the fan, I gotta say. See, in all seriousness, I look forward to your videos, especially ham radio. Don't let Daniel hear that, because then it's gonna get to his fucking head and he's gonna go, oh, hey man, they do it because I'm funny. I'm funny. It's me and my ineptitude. The trick that fooled Hudson, Freddie Mercury, and Magic Johnson. Oh, that's not a trick. That's called AIDS. That's a reference to Red Letter Media. It's a fantastic YouTube channel. I keep turning the microphone. I realize that I need to get a handle on this. Also a handle on life. But I need to get like a handle that's not metal, like this, so that my hand doesn't slide. That's another one. Do you inhale your cig smoke? No, you don't inhale cigar smoke. If you did, you'd probably not last long. You will not last long. Cigar smoke is not designed to be inhaled. Cigarette smoke is not technically designed to be inhaled, but it is, and people, that's how you get the nicotine. But for cigars, you don't inhale cigars unless you want to have I was gonna say iron lung, but you're not gonna get fortified lungs. You're gonna get those lungs they show in those commercials when they go, this is a healthy lung. This is a lung that's been through Hiroshima. This is comparable to one that inhales. So, but of course, cigars still have the risk of mouth-related cancers, throat-related cancers. But they've done some good studies on that recently that they found no correlations with that. So, what's this? Can you back palm with your pseudo M ring? It's not a pseudo M ring. It's an actual M ring. It's a nice. It's funny enough that we went. I think I mentioned this, that we went metal detecting, and then I put this one under the metal detector, and it was like because this is $10 and this was like $100. So this one was at least better off, even though that's still cheap. $100 for jewelry technically is it's not Jabrizi levels of jewelry, but this one was definitely more substantial than this one. That shitty $10 ring. But yeah, I could do that. Have you ever had a cigar of Purple Kush? Total Ripper. Purple Kush. No, the closest thing to that is Acid. Acid. I think, yeah, Purple Kush. That might be it. Yeah, it's great. The Acid Juggernauts are great. The purple ones. The yellow one, I think, are holistic. And the blue ones, which are the Cubas. Those are tremendous. Let's see. I didn't realize it was a fancy M ring. Yeah, I actually bought that in my first Magi Fest. I bought it from a nice old woman. I sent them a nice email saying, hey guys, thank you for the ring. It's been great. I haven't had any issues with it. It's tremendous. It's, I've fucking banged the shit out of this with my dick, and nothing's happened to it. So it's been quite substantial. They never replied. So right here. No, I'm kidding. I enjoyed it. She was very, very nice to me. So I remember buying that ring in my first Magi Fest when nobody knew. Nobody knew I was there. I was there incognito. One kid, I guess I could say this now that I've shown my face. One kid was like, hey, don't you have a YouTube channel? I'm like, shut the fuck up, you little fuck, you little stupid fuck. Shut the fuck up. I have a YouTube channel, bitch. Outing me in front of people. Because I was giving him some tips on coin work. And they goes, don't you have a YouTube channel? I'm like, fucking shut up. So that was an incident, but that was kind of funny, I guess. Let's see over here. Hey Piggy, you could set that mic to omnidirectional, so it doesn't matter. I know, I could do that. I don't want to fuck with it now because I don't want to risk the echo. And so far, I've only had echo once, and it's been an hour. So that's at least a good sign. Don't stop, Piggy. You're my 1 a.m. fix. If I can follow your tangential monologues at 1 a.m., I know I ain't doing too bad. That's good. That's a good thing. When you use me as a barometer to determine if you're too hammered. Actually, that's not a good thing. Never mind. That's not a good thing. I was kind of talking out of my ass there. You definitely don't want to use me as any sort of like, oh man, it's what Piggy said. Wow. Okay. That guy, the one that makes magic videos, you shouldn't take anything I say seriously. What's this one? I don't know if I have a card here. But it's my left hand. I can't back palm as well. I'm not Asian. I can't back palm with my left hand as good as with my right hand. But I could definitely do it. Who did a video recently? I think Shano. Not Shano. He did a video where he goes, hey, look, what happens when the card... You could do it. You could do it. Hey, there you go. It's a little train that could. It's the little train that could. I don't know why it disconnected. That was fucking dumb. But reconnected. So we should be back, right? I don't know why it does that. But case in points, you should watch today's video. Today's video was an interesting one. It's definitely a fun one about the spike through hand. I know I have a couple little rant videos that I've planned that I definitely want to do because there's a lot to rant about in Magic, honestly. That's one. I might do something on the quotes now that you mentioned that. I'll add that to the list. But I enjoy those. I enjoy those more than the tutorials, even though the tutorials might be a little bit more fulfilling. I put more tutorials on Patreon than I have on YouTube as of late, purposely, because I feel like I could actually spend time on that sounding like a virgin behind a paywall as opposed to openly sounding like a virgin on YouTube, even though there are many videos where you could go, oh, right there, that's a virgin. So I've been doing that purposely. But apart from that, I do still have some tutorials planned. There's actually an Out of This World that I don't know if to put on YouTube. I might. We'll see when I can do that. Let's see. Do you know what's up with Danny Matty? I ordered cards from him, never got now. He's been MIA for over a month. Do you know anything about it? No. I mean, he's only hit me up once to do a video together and then never hit me again. So I'm like, oh, okay. All right, that's cool, bruh. But he's a character, that's for sure. Convenient timing for that freeze. That's funny. Maybe I should like incorporate a purposeful freeze somehow. Maybe I press a button and it freezes purposely. And I turn this into some sort of horror-related stream. I think that could be interesting. Let's see. What do the people at Magi Fest smell like? Could you describe the smell like you do a cigar? Well, in the first half, right? On Light Up, right? So the moment you walk into the hotel, you get a nice notes of potpourri, right? You get some nice notes of cleaning agent, right? And that's from the lobby. So the lobby has a nice little bit of cleaning agent. That's on the first half. The first third. First third, you're getting some nice oak, some good woody notes because you're surrounded in Ohio. It's cold, right? So you're having a little bit of hard time adjusting to the scent. And that's in the first third. Second third is once you go up to the elevator. Once you go up to the elevator, the second third is immediately palpable. There's a transition that's very noticeable from the first third to the second third because the smell of potpourri is now replaced by shitty Axe body spray. That's pretty much it. Smells like bathroom. Smells like the inside of a bathroom. So if you were to go to a bathroom, maybe in like a college campus, that's what the ground floor, I call it ground zero, because that's what it feels like inside of that the room where all the tables are, where people are doing shit. And that was one. That's in the second third. The third, or the last third, right? So once you're ramping up to get into the last third, which is the I guess the convention sales floor, so that wherever they fucking pitch shit and sell overpriced Svengali decks, right? That's where you get the majority of the must because the people are close to each other, so you're getting a lot of notes of unwashed ass, right? So you're getting a lot of notes of unwashed ass, a lot of notes of the inability to properly sanitize yourself, and you're getting a lot of weird sort of mixed smells, right? And that's what you get in the final third. So I gotta say, it's definitely an experience. It's all senses experience when you go to Magi Fest in Ohio. It's a great one. It's definitely a fun one for your eyes and your nose. So I highly suggest everybody. Could you teach on how to put a routine together from a beginner's point of view? Yeah, that's a good one. That's definitely a good one. What was I gonna say? I think that's a great thing, because a lot of times you watch these shows that magicians put, you know, especially now on Zoom, that everything's fucking available. Like, hey guys, look at my virtual show, where they do their regular stuff, and now you could actually see it from your home, essentially. A lot of things don't mix, you know, a lot of things don't lead into each other. There's not a cohesive, you got to treat it like a play. It has to be a play. And I think the best shows and the most memorable weave things throughout the show that finally gets revealed at the end. So you want to weave things throughout the show. You want to make sure that each thing fits each other. Not to sound like a fucking sales pitch, but I did a lesson recently on redundancy in mentalism. And that one in particular had to do with a topic that came up on this live stream. But you have to make sure that you're not repeating effects, which is something that I don't think a lot of magicians think about, that they repeat, you know, they repeat displays of their ability. So you're going to repeat the fact that you did this trick and you read my mind. You're going to do that again, but now you're going to do it by a different thing. You got to really make sure that you avoid that, and that you have a central thread that is going through your entire show, and at the end, that's where you reveal that and everybody goes, oh shit, that's why he did that. I think those are the shows that are most memorable. So how you do that, that's definitely going to be a more in-depth idea. Is when it comes to specifics. Depends on the venue, depends on the props, depends on everything, how far you're willing to script. All those things have a factor. But when it comes to weaving in a set, I think at its very basic, you should have an underlying thread that connects everything together. They always say the beginning of the first trick, or the beginning of one trick, should lead into the start. The end of one trick should lead into the start of the next one. That's a good point to make. You want to make sure that everything that is put together makes sense. I don't know how many times I've seen, oh, here's a card. All right, perfect. Your card's now in my wallet. There you go. I have some sponge balls here. Why don't you examine those sponge balls? That's great. All right. I'm going to put one in my hand. Now there's two in your hand because this one is gone. Great. All right, perfect. And now I want you to examine these coins. You got those coins? Perfect, right? Look, they jump from this hand to the other. Oh, you want me to do that in slow motion? And same shit. And you're like, wait a second. You just cards, sponge balls, and coins. And now you're going to bust out the fucking, what is it, chop cup? You're going to bust out the chop cup as if it's normal. I guess it's normal because there's no fucking structure to your uneventful routine. So that was a little bit of a virgin rant, but I guess it's a good one. Oh, let's see. Have you seen Ninja by Brad Christian? I thought you asked me that. I was about to fucking Jeff Hardy this camera. You think your views are dwindling because wannabe magicians have ego and are butthurt by the virgin comments they can't handle the truth? Maybe, possibly. I know that the Fedora video got a couple people's rattled. Got a couple people, oh, Fedora, it's a fashion statement. Oh. I don't care. What's this one here? My issue, one among many, is the same set of moves or sleights with no context. Well, give it context. You got to give context to that, man. So if you have the ability to, you know, give it some context, you have the time, because that could be a thing. You could possibly not have the time if you're doing a set that's walk around and you're trying to get from table to table. You want the manager to see you working a lot of tables. You want to see people reacting. The point of that is they want to see that there's a lot of action taking place. If you're there at one table for way too long, they're going to, you know, think, what the fuck about the other patrons? And once you hit that first table and you make them react, you know, other people are going to want to be involved with that. Other people are going to see that and be like, shit, I wonder what's going on over there. Now, you also have to balance the delicate fact that you're there as entertainment, but the food and drinks are number one. So if you ever get in the way of that, if you ever get, if the food and liquor, if you ever fucking do something to what's the word? I'm still kind of hungover. If you get in the way of the delivery of food or liquor, then you are not doing your job. Your job is to facilitate that and to entertain them while they're waiting for their food and or liquor. So if you're a bar magician, liquor is number one. They need to serve. That's how you make money. And your trick cannot get in the way of that. If you're a restaurant magician, you need to know that you are probably fourth in line. So you might think, no, I'm going to make myself the priority. I'm the one that's here. Everybody's here to watch me. No, they're here to eat, buddy. They're here to eat. All right. Tone that ego down. So you need to understand that you're probably fourth in terms of priority. Number one being food. So you need to keep that in mind. So time is a huge thing. So if you don't have the time, if you're doing walk around, you need to structure your set that way. So you're not going to have a lot of time to put context. So you might want to disregard everything I say about weeding a thing together, because, you just need to have reactions and, the visible reactions and people later going up to the fucking manager saying that guy was great. Bring that guy back again, or if next time they come by, you want them saying, hey, who was that piggy guy that came by, or Pigcake? Again, you want to establish your name as much as possible, but you want them to actively remember you, who you are, and what you did. So that's kind of a nutshell, a hungover nutshell as to just some tips on that. Let's see. Make a show of 3 disappearances with 3 acts between, and then at the end do a surprise reveal with 3 disappeared cards come back to reveal the last trick. That's my goal for the first set. That's still very specific. That's very specific, but that's a good start. Definitely a good start, especially if you're doing a card set. That seems to be an interesting thing. But just look at the way, for example, Darren Brown's Something Wicked This Way Comes set was constructed. Don't look at the tricks. Don't look at the individual. Oh, he did a wonderful little newspaper test. Don't look at that. I think that's what a lot of magicians falter in. And they focus on the tricks as opposed to the principles. Look at the principles that are happening underneath, right? So throughout the entirety of the set, he says little things that don't make sense. Yeah, what the fuck? What did he just say? But then at the end, he reveals that they've been recording it the entire time, and everything he said has had a purpose. That's a perfect structure to me. So it brings everything full circle. And again, you got to keep interjecting the fact that you don't want to be that magician they saw last week. You want them to remember your name, and you want them to essentially come out reacting. But that's, again, it's contextual. It depends. Are you doing walk around? Are you doing a stage set? Do you have time? So there are, hundreds of thousands of little factors that contribute to that. But overall, if you look at that particular, I want to call it a screenplay, because it was almost like a Broadway show, you'll see that there is literally probably hundreds of things that you could probably take from that show, Something Wicked This Way Come, and then add it to your own particular structure or your thought process when it comes to you coming up with your structure. Again, super virgin-y here. This is super virgin-y. How do you keep your beard so lush and beautiful? Well, this one I've been trimming on the sides here, right? So you trim here, and then this also I'm Arabic, so that kind of is a cheat code. But I put oil. So there's a oil that I put on my beard, and I comb it. So you got to comb it. You got to make sure that you maintain it. You got to make sure that there's shape, right? I hate these fucking dudes that are like the neck beards, that there's no shape to their beard because they just let it grow. You got to put effort. All right, it's called hygiene. It's called hygiene. See, I'm about to come out as a virgin. What do you think about working bar rooms for free and collecting tips? Again, as I mentioned, you don't want to get in the way of the purpose of the establishment. The moment you get in the way of the liquor, they're going to cut you off. The moment you get in the way of the restaurant or the food, they're going to cut you off regardless as to how good of a magician you are, because that doesn't matter. Your job is to essentially entertain the patrons, either as they're waiting to get food, or if you're a bar magician, to entertain them while they're drinking and keep the flow going. You don't want to stop the flow. So that's going to be one. Oh, let's see. All right, I've got Darren's set opening in another tab, so I'm not going to give a look at the streams. I'm going to end the stream now. I'm going to do another one. I don't know when. I think Wednesday we're going to do a ham radio, and then possibly I'll do another one of these streams maybe Thursday. I think Thursday is a good day for a stream, so I'll do that. But apart from that, thank you guys for watching this one. This has definitely been a little bit of a hot one, I would say. In my infinite retardation, I still have not made a fucking outro, so I'm gonna go back to the intro here just for the sake of ending this video in a professional way. So I'm going to go back to the actual little bit of a pre-show overlay on that. But apart from that, thank you guys for watching, and make sure to always Always keep your daughters away from Joe Biden. Keep your daughters away from Joe Biden.